All right, let's go for a ride. All right, well, seeing that Tail Pond video did pretty well, I'm going to bring you to another one of my haunts as a kid. No, not a baseball diamond, not this one. When I was a kid, this was a poop hole, not literally, but there wasn't fencing here. There was the idea of a diamond, and I think there was a backdrop, but it wasn't this nice. They even built up the ground over there for some reason. I don't know. This was desolate when I was a kid. So this is part of my old neighborhood. Okay, part of my old neighborhood, and right over here is another street where my house was actually down there. We had a buddy of ours that lived at the very end of this dead-end street over here. And I think technically all of this woods was his. Well, his folks anyway. In fact, this wasn't this clear. You could never see the street from here when I was a kid. I know you probably can't see on the camera, but that space over there is where, oh, we just had a big storm. It tore up a lot of stuff, yeah. All right, never mind. Yeah, we weren't cool enough to have this. We weren't cool enough to have this. So this is what I wanted to show you, okay? Wow, I haven't been here in probably 30 years. You see all this here? Yeah, that's where they used to live right there. It used to be a brown house. I don't know if you can see the yellow house there now. You can still see some of the remnants of it. This was our bicycle track when I was growing up. How rad is that? It's still kind of... I wonder if kids still use this as a BMX track. This was one of the trails down. This was one of the trails down. We actually made this mound. Oh my God. Okay, so I bet you kids still use this as a BMX track. That is so rad. But yeah, we built this mound. I remember it took us all day. There's a couple logs under there, and I'm actually kind of excited to be down here. Oh, a brand new tree growing up. But yeah, I guess people use it to walk now. Also to walk their dogs. Hopefully they pick up after them too. So this looks like someone must have made a ramp or something. But not only was it a BMX track, it actually brought us to a couple of different things. But this whole area, we had down. If you went down here, you were the badass, because that was the most dangerous. You had to avoid the tree after getting some speed. And I can't tell you how many times my buddy Steve wiped out right about there. Every year that kid seemed like he broke his arm on his bike. Not just here, but God, there used to be a lot more trees in here. It used to be a lot more dense than this. At least how I remember it anyway. You couldn't get into their yard. But right here, you see where that extra structure is? This was actually a worn down fence, and it made kind of a hammock. So we would all come here and just hang out. And that's the 10th hole of the golf course. Mount Hood's on the other side of me right now. So if you've been following this channel or you watch some of the earlier videos, you have a little bit of perspective. That tower is probably about 2 miles that way. But we would hang out here, bring girls down when we became teenagers. It was a perfect little... I've slept on this thing. Well, maybe not this one. They probably replaced it. But when it used to come down and hang like a hammock, I've slept on it. I've come here when I was depressed as a kid. I've come here to write music. I remember one time my dad was in the hospital and he was about to have a surgery. He had heart problems. And again, you would never know it by looking at him. He had heart problems. And I remember coming here because he had 50-50 chance of even walking out of that hospital with the surgery they were going to give him. I remember sitting there praying that I didn't lose my dad, because I was a little kid then. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot more than I thought I was just going to see overgrown woods. This is pretty cool. Also, I know you can't see through the tree, but where the 10th hole is the 10th tee. If you go straight in the direction I'm pointing, you can't see it from here, but there's a hill, a large hill where the tee is, and that's where everyone goes sledding during the winter. But halfway between here and where the hill starts on the right hand side used to be a house that we call Satan's Den, or Devil House, or whatever you want to call it. And it was basically an empty house. You know, the typical story. The kids just didn't want to take care of it. They were in another state. I don't even know what the true story was. But the going story was that the parents died and the kids are in Florida and they don't give two shits. So, of course, we inhabited it. I'm not going to take credit for it like we did the mausoleum, because we were the ones who started that one. Because there were many generations of teenagers who used that house. So, we used to party in there. Place was a wreck except for the couch. The couch was cool. It was nice and cushiony. And, let's walk around the whole track. I mean, I know it's boring. I know it's a boring video, but I'm really excited to be here. But the master bedroom was left preserved. It was the most bizarre thing. Like her vanity had her brush. And it was just like you would see in the movies, just creepy little cobwebs here and there, and dust and all kinds of stuff. Man, this is bringing back memories going through these trees with my bicycle. Whipping around here. The pussies would go here. That was me a few times. I wonder if there are still parts on the ground from some of our, sorry, I found a body part. I found the leg of a small toy. Just as I was saying, I wonder if it even has a golf ball on it. That's so bizarre, I'm keeping it. I was going to say, I wonder if any of our old bike parts are like buried in the ground here. Like, I'm sure there's a frame somewhere in here. Because we used to do that. We used to strip bikes and just trick them out. Nothing fancy, you know? What's that? Is that a crack pipe? That's not a crack pipe. Good. No crackheads. I'm cool with that. But yeah, this was our old BMX track when I was growing up. This was also a cool hangout. A nice place to, it's quiet. I mean, nobody ever used that field, so it was quiet. All this was brushed over, so I almost said their names. The folks that lived there didn't really bother us. I mean, he was one of our schoolmates, and his older brother was too. So, as long as we didn't mess around, no one cared. We had trails going through all of this. Look at all the trees that are gone. That's kind of cool and kind of sad at the same time. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, I don't know if the Incarnation Church is the property we're technically on over here, or if it's this residence here that actually owns this land. But no one bothered us. This was a place for us to go, have fun, maybe get hurt, but not cause problems in the neighborhood or break things and general juvenile delinquents. So that's where I'm going to leave you. Let me turn around, get a good view of everything. One last look at the old BMX track. So I hope you enjoyed this. I know the El Pond video did pretty well. So I'll show you more of these. I'll show you more of these things. But if you like this kind of content, go ahead and leave your thumbs up or thumbs down. All feedback to me is positive. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to dingy ding bing ding ding the bell. Yeah, sorry, I'm not used to saying stuff like that, but seriously, I'd like to grow this channel. So if you like this kind of content, guitars, and just random stuff, hit that subscription button. Until next time, I hope you're doing well. Take care. Keep it real. Ooh, I'm winded already because I'm a fat guy. And bye-bye. Oh, one last thing. The trail to get back to the street's still here. There's a couple of rocks there so you don't drive up here.